The Zelthrian collective prided itself on logic. Emotions were weaknesses to be suppressed, evolved away over millennia. Their society functioned with mathematical precision, their decisions calculated for optimal outcomes. When they analyzed humanity, they saw a species crippled by feelings, joy, sorrow, love, and that peculiar instability they called anger. It made humans predictable. Exploitable. The collective's invasion of human space was methodical. They targeted agricultural worlds, mining colonies, research stations, nothing that would trigger full-scale war, but enough to claim resources and test human resolve. Each attack was surgical, efficient, leaving minimal casualties. The humans protested through diplomatic channels. The collective's AI predicted a 94.7% probability of continued negotiation. Emotional species always chose talking over fighting. Then the collective made a miscalculation. They attacked Sanctuary Station, a medical facility orbiting New Geneva. It housed no military assets, no strategic value. Just 12,000 civilians, families, children, elderly refugees from previous conflicts. The collective's logic was sound: eliminating dependence would pressure humanity into resource concessions. The station's destruction took 4 minutes. Ambassador Chen stood before the Galactic Council 3 days later. The Zelthrian delegate expected the usual human emotional display: tears, perhaps, or desperate pleading. Instead, Chen's voice was quiet, almost gentle. "We tried peace. You chose otherwise." She placed a data chip on the table. "This contains our formal declaration. We thought you should know what's coming." The delegate's neural implants analyzed her biometrics. Chen's heart rate was steady, her cortisol levels normal, her expression calm. The AI registered confusion: where was the predicted emotional breakdown? It didn't understand that human rage, true rage, burns cold. The war lasted 6 months. Humanity unleashed weapons the galaxy had never seen, technologies they developed but never deployed, ethics they'd maintained but could abandon. Kinetic bombardment platforms. Viral nanites. Quantum destabilizers. Each one designed, refined, and stockpiled during centuries of peace. The collective's homeworld, Zelthros Prime, was a marvel of crystalline architecture and computational networks. Its destruction was not quick. Humans made sure the collective understood, in their final moments, what they'd awakened. First came the orbital strikes, precise enough to shatter their cities while leaving inhabitants alive to witness. Then the atmospheric processors, turning their sky from blue to amber to red. Finally, the thermal cascade, a weapon that shouldn't exist, that violated 17 galactic conventions. Zelthros Prime burned for 3 days. The Galactic Council convened emergency sessions, horrified by human capability. Where was the emotional species that cried over fictional stories, that kept pets, that valued art over efficiency? "You don't understand," Human Fleet Admiral Okafor told the Council, her words becoming galactic legend. "We feel everything. Joy makes us create. Love makes us protect. And rage makes us unstoppable. You thought emotions made us weak. They make us dangerous." She gestured to the holographic remains of Zelthros Prime. The collective believed logic was superior to feeling. They calculated costs and benefits, risks and rewards. But they never factored in what happens when you hurt something humans love. The council chambers fell silent. "Emotions aren't our weakness," Okafor continued. "They're the reason we'll cross the galaxy to defend our own. The reason we'll burn worlds to ash if you threaten our children. Logic says know when to stop. Rage says never." The Zelthrian survivors, their collective consciousness shattered, finally understood. Humanity's emotions weren't a flaw to exploit. They were a warning the galaxy had failed to heed. The burned world remained, a monument to a simple truth: never mistake human compassion for human weakness.